Hello, everybody. Welcome back to T-Ray TV. We're going to get started on some Kerbal. Oh, and I need to get my microphone out of my ears. There we go. You are right there. No matter where you go, there you are. What? No bunny ears today? Did you have any special announcements or anything you wanted to make today? Or doing some audio checks here.
Oh yeah, I have my camera set up and my headset set up.
There we go.
So once I clean my room, I pretty much will be able to start streaming.
Ooh, we got a yellow dot on the helm. Hey, Aiden, what's up?
What's this? Hello, Aiden. Let's get a shout out for being the first one to comment.
What is a shout out, by the way?
A shout out is technically you can ask them to do something, or they do something first, and you pick this. If you ask them to do something, you pick some of the first ones, and if they're like the first to comment like that, you can give them a shout out to be interactive. Oh, hi!
What's your name?
Rose.
Rose says hi, obviously. Alright. Yeah, I think a shout out is just like an acknowledgement.
Yeah.
You want to point someone or something out. Alright.
Two dogs and 2 cats, and I'm leaving now. And 3 siblings.
3 siblings.
27 cousins.
27 cousins. I think that's true. I believe that is a true fact. A little bit. Let's see. Keep losing what I'm looking for. Today, Asteroid Redirect Mission, Part 1. So, if it has 2 parts, it's probably going to be complicated. We'll probably have to intercept. I don't know if we're going to need to do an actual rendezvous or just get close to it. We'll probably have to land on it. Man, that's some rough stuff. We may be doing this several times. This is the beginning of a guided mission that will walk you through the process of catching an asteroid. In this part, we will rendezvous with an orbiting asteroid. Whew. Who needs to go to space? Why do you want to go to space? It's so cold. Let's see, we've got a node in 20 minutes, so I think we'll be fine. Oh, interesting looking ship. So this is all liquid fuel, I take it. That's a decoupler there. Is that a decoupler? It doesn't look like it. Let's see. Asteroids. Awesome to look at and great to have around. Not so much when one lands on your house. Today we're going to learn how to keep that from happening. As anyone who has played Galaxy Intruders for more than 10 minutes can tell you, it's not about firing at where they are, but about aiming at where they're going to be. Kinyakido desu! Welcome, Space Cadets and Melon Seeds. Thank you! I'm gonna learn one of these days. Or maybe I'll just stop using it. Probably not. Thanks again. Oh, what did you do today? I know yesterday you were just redirecting people to watch Rhea Kitchen Steak, but I haven't seen a video from you in a while. The idea is to know how fast something is going and where it's headed so you can be at the same place at the same time in order to meet it. Now open your map view and take a look at some things. Oh, I skipped that, didn't I? For that, we're going to walk through a process called rendezvous. It's really helpful for making spaceships meet out there in space and eventually dock, so pay attention. Yeah, that was hard enough yesterday when we did that rescue mission, which turned into a wow, now we're both stranded mission. Lots of colors and lines. Let's see. Through luck, divine intervention, and some well-conceived tutorial writing, this particular asteroid here has been captured in an eccentric but stable Kerbal orbit. This is about as lucky as one can get with these bodies, because in reality, most of them will just zoom past Kerbal or take a single trip around it before leaving, never to return. Excuse me a second. Alright, I think I'm back in control. This is about as lucky as, well, we read that, didn't we? When choosing your own target asteroid, I recommend you see what there is to choose from through the tracking station and designate one of your liking to be permanently tracked. If you don't track it, catching it will be just about impossible. Alright, so we obviously have a tracking station. First things first, basic orbital mechanics. If you match your orbit to an object precisely, you'll be moving at the same speed as it. Because of the way orbits work, if you're closer to the body you're orbiting than the object you are trying to meet, you will be going faster than it is, and you'll be going slower than it is if you're orbiting higher. Yeah, I'm kind of wondering if you have an elliptical orbit that cuts in and out but has a larger average circumference. If while you're on the inside track, if you're going faster at that point. I don't know. Let's see. Last two. Okay. So I am ahead of you. Oh, so you, okay. Playing with him yesterday. Yeah, I think it is lower because the where'd that go now? Got a multi-band compressor that I've disabled because I can't figure out why it's creating an echo. Close that. For instance, this is without the multi-band compressor. This is with the multi-band compressor. So when I was running through the testing, it picked up a lot of echo while I had that on. And now it's off. But yeah, the volume is much lower. I'll try doing this. Check 1, check 2. That still seems a little bit low, but we can get back to it. Yeah, and without the wow, that's hitting pretty hard. And without the compressor, then it's likely to overload the mic. We'll just make do until I can afford real equipment in like 2025, I think that'll be. Uh-oh. Are you disappointed that I turned it off? I tell you what, I will turn it on. Let me get that control back down. And then we'll turn that back on. And then if the echo is too annoying, we can just turn it back off and try something else to raise the volume back up. Oh, I hate that buffer because I'm not sure what you're responding to. Anyway. First things first, basic orbital mechanics. If you match, we read that because of the way orbits work. We read that. Moving on. Rendezvous practice. Knowing this, let's get started. You know the usual drill from previous tutorials. Tweak that maneuver node on your orbit to pilot an intercept that gets as close as possible to the asteroid. I've already targeted it for you, but if you deselect it, target it again. Actually, I'm sure if you fine-tune it thoroughly, moving it and tweaking the burn amounts, you can get very close. I recommend using your mouse wheel when the mouse pointer is over the node modifiers to make the fine adjustments, instead of click dragging on the handles as we did before. But use whichever method gives you finer control. You can check how close the encounter will be if you mouse over the color matched pairs of closest approach indicators. Yeah, I think we knew that. Let's see, when you're happy with your plotted maneuver, execute the burn. One final word of warning though, when executing this kind of precision maneuver, try to leave as little delta V remaining as possible, or the end result could vary greatly from what you had planned. We will not proceed until the intercept is within tolerances needed for this tutorial. If you don't get it after one maneuver, plot and execute another one a bit further ahead, and so on until your final intercept separation is less than 100 kilometers. Less than 100. Okay, so that's a spaceship, right? And there's our maneuver. And let's get rid of that for a second. And we need to get this here, is that right? Oh. Ooh, what? Ooh. No, that's the periapsis. What am I? Is this what I'm going for? So this is what I'm trying to intercept. Okay. But alright, they're separated there, they come together there. And then they separate. Yeah, that's confusing. Or does that just mean we're not going to intercept at all? Whew. Some kind of space race. Oh, sure. Since you've been doing this for a while now, and I still can't land on the moon. No, I like the idea. That rocket, I think you had noticed it too on Twitter. The dual rocket landing. I didn't even know that you could have two rockets land at the same time. I'm guessing that was multiplayer. I don't know how else that would be possible. I like the idea. Well, see, this makes me think we're not getting any kind of encounter, but that makes me think we're getting the encounter. Let's swing it over here. Let's see, apoapsis, target position at intersect 1. And it just so happens to be right at the very close to the periapsis and my apoapsis. But it doesn't seem like it's telling me anything about how close I'll be when we intercept. What's going on here? Is the planet in the way? So that definitely won't work. That won't work. If I go that way, then they're getting farther apart. If I go this way, it seems like that's going to get really close, but I don't know how to fine-tune it, and I can't zoom in on that spot. Oh boy. Did I make a joke? Yeah. That would be good. So I'm going to need to do a prograde burn when we get to the maneuver marker. Yeah, I'm missing something here because my distance indicators aren't showing up, but based on where they were showing up, that should put me in the ballpark. And if I wait for another orbit, then we'd probably be catching up over here and using more fuel. Alright, let's see what this does. Do I have a target? Oh, we've got the maneuver. That should work. Turn it around. It's time to go space trucking. So that should be... Well, where's the prograde? I kind of thought they would be the same. So we're actually vectoring inside our own orbit. That'll be weird. Yeah. Oh, I'm tempted to wear my Oscar the Grouch shirt, but it would probably be annoying to... So it doesn't quite alpha out. That wouldn't be too bad. The light's pretty bad in here though, so got that working against me. I thought the color match was a little closer than that. So I probably should have just worn it. It would have just looked fuzzy. Bye, Aiden. Thanks for stopping by. Alright, how far are we from our... We got 5 minutes. Let's go ahead and warp a little bit. If we're going to fail this thing, let's fail early and often. And I'm not sure... Well, we don't have an estimated burn. But... I think at about T-minus 10, I'm going to go full burn. Oh, yeah, and now we practically are prograde. Thanks for the compliment. Oscar is basically... Oh, we got to do a full burn here. It's practically my spirit animal. Somewhere between Oscar and a sloth. Oh, for this maneuver? Looks like I've got a minute. I am not above learning from others. I mean, that's how culture is supposed to work, right? Oh! What kind of step does he do on Eve? Everything? Yeah, Eve is pretty good. Luckily, they don't have realistic physics as far as drifting and that kind of thing. I think I'll cut to see how close we can get to 0 here. Oh, I got a green light. I'm very impressed with myself at the moment. Let's see, when you're happy, execute the burn. The burn has been executed. Feel the burn. So, I don't know if it's waiting for me to be... So my final intercept is not yet within 100 kilometers. Let's see, who's the guy with the video of his daughter killing people? She was 5 at the time. Hanyohime! Welcome, Space Cadet. Something went right. Although I think my plotted course is probably not. We'll get rid of that. And then, oh, give me a moment here. So if I want to set up a intercept course, let's see, we'll assume that we need a little prograde. Didn't like that. Wow. And we got some separation there. I'm trying the mouse wheel thing. And that looks like greater separation. But and then my intercept markers disappear. Caramba. So I can't even tell what I'm doing. So that's basically where we are, or what we're doing. But I don't have the, oops, that looked wrong, totally wrong. I don't have the indicators to tell me how close I am. They just go away. That looks pretty close right there. A lot of information. Target position. Alright, so we do have a delta V on that. So we'll try to execute that. And we will set for the maneuver. Marva! Oh, let's see. I think we were making fun of me, and Akita-san and I were catching up a little bit. I'm remembering the honorific Kun, like from Sword Art Online. I think may have been the first place I heard it actually. Where the what was his name? I can't even remember the main character's name now. But they kept calling him by his name and Kun, and I couldn't tell if it was supposed to be a sign of respect or if they were calling him a kid. So that's just something I didn't quite understand. Alright, let's get ready to do another burn. It's going to be small. Alright, estimated burn time 12 seconds. So if I start at right about, I'm going to start at 7. And then I'll be reducing throttle to close in on it again. Oh, I went too far. No, making it worse. And there's no, yeah. Alright, I guess we just have to do another calculation. No, not target, we won't maneuver. Anyway. Ooh, wow. Our orbit is way outside the path of the object now. So let's get rid of this one. And we'll start another one. Let's see. Yeah. I thought it was going to be Ben Affleck. I don't know which one is harder to work with. I would have thought it would be Bruce, but after the well, I'm not getting any indicators here. After the episode on Bill Maher with Sam Harris, I'm thinking maybe it would be Ben. It would be harder to work with. I don't know. I don't have my intersect pincers. Well, there they are. Is anything happening? I'm trying to mouse wheel. Yeah, it just doesn't give me enough information if I click on it. No, that doesn't tell me anything. Target position at intersect 1. And target position at... So it seems like it should be... Wow. Seems like a pretty big delta, considering the changes we've already made. Oh, what if I forgot I could do this. Slide that around. but we don't get the intersect indicators, except, oh, what do we have here? So that seems to suggest that we are not going to be in the right place at the right time. That's going to make it worse. Whew. Oh, we're already at the T plus 6. Okay. I thought all you had to do was right click on that. Let's just get rid of it. And we can start another maneuver. But I think I may have already junked this one. That's not embarrassing. Just act like you meant to do that. No one will know the difference. Just don't whisper to yourself out loud. They can hear that. Goodness gracious. So, I've been pulling on the wrong... I've been pulling on the wrong... I'm going to start over. Because... No, let's just try to fix it. Let's just try to fix it. This is ridiculous. I changed my normal instead of my... Looks like that. Well, I'm eyeballing it when I should have an intersect indicator. No, let's just start over. Oh my goodness. If I were a little better at this, I think I could probably try to pull the fat out of the fire, but based on my current skill level, I think I'm biting off more than I can chew. Is that too many metaphors? Okay, skip that. We got the maneuver coming up. It's target for the maneuver. We've got a long burn, and it's way over here. All right. I don't think you can use the mouse wheel on the position. Whew. John Doe, welcome aboard. We are in the process of failing until it doesn't fail. Well, and I don't know if I need to... Let's try for that, and then we can make an adjustment with the prograde retrograde rather than the normal anti-normal. I think that'll help a lot. Oh, we don't have an estimated burn time, but we know it's going to be a long burn, so we probably ought to start at about 30 seconds. Let's see, we're aligned for target. 1 minute to burn. Sheesh. Seems like I should be getting more information from this intersect indicator. Oh, there it is. Separation 72 kilometers. Why wasn't that there before? Probably because we were way off. Relative speed 700 meters per second. We can hope practice makes perfect. Perfect it is not a destination. Perfect is the path itself. I don't even know what philosophy that's from. I want to say it's Buddhism, but I don't know. How do you get to Hey, excuse me, sir. I'm lost. How do you get to Carnegie Hall? Practice? Or you could just give them a bunch of money and book the date. Wow. See what happens when you don't pay attention? I was just thinking, I'm supposed to be doing something, aren't I? I was right. 2 minute full burn. And we started late, so we're going to be a little bit off target. I'm just going to go get a sandwich. Run down to the corner store. Yeah, kind of. So, grasshopper. Man, I loved Kung Fu as a kid. Maybe that's part of my problem. I didn't value material possessions enough to thrive in a capitalistic environment. Let's see here. Thanks, Key Luke. Master Poe, why must one travel to the stars? Ah. Still got a minute to go on the burn. How's the fuel going? We're out of oxidizer? I hope that's okay. 42 seconds left. I'm gonna get distracted and then forget to end the burn. Yeah, the Kwai Chang Kang and Mr. Spock were my heroes before the age of 10. Fascinating. Oh my goodness, I just realized both of those actors are dead. Oh, so close. Alright, what's going to happen now? Let's get rid of this maneuver because it's going to be giving us bad information. Well, we can't change the camera. If we could go for a free cam here, that would be awesome. If I had done my burn right, we would have been within 72 kilometers, but... excuse me, a little burp there. Let's try adding another maneuver and see if we can get closer. Prograde. Well, we could also use the radial, but... Oh yeah, I love the professor too. Interesting. Can you make a radio out of coconuts? I think all he was really doing with the coconuts there was making a power source. Woo! We did not mean to do the splits. And then everything just seems to hit right there. And trying to get a... What will be our... It's not telling me my distance. Intersect. Oh, let's see. Target position at intersect 1, but it still doesn't tell me how far I will be from the target. Oh, there we go. Separation 159 kilometers. So we need to scoot this. Oh, I thought we would need to scoot it the other way. No, that won't work either. So we'll have to increase the prograde, I think. That didn't seem to work. What if we move that this way now? Why are these so far apart? So far away from me. I think I just made it worse. Let's try a little... No, that didn't help. Oops, too much. See, this is what I don't get. The pink ones are just about... The pink ones are lined up. Magenta, whatever that is. The brown ones are not. Although these look lined up, and then there's another one over there behind the periapsis. If I go forward... Oh, they do come closer. So now will it tell me? Not quite. Target position. About this one. Intersect 240 kilometers. We'll go ahead and execute that, and then we'll just do another corrective maneuver after that. But it'll only be... It's a very small delta V. So I think we'll be doing a throttle up on that one. Oh. Well, we were almost in the right position. 34 seconds. I think we'll probably want to start burning at about 5 seconds. You can use... I guess you could. You would need copper too, though, wouldn't you? Oh, we're coming up on the burn. Alright, so you're finished with that maneuver. Let's see where we are. What we can do. Yeah, 241 kilometers. If I... Is that radial in? Yeah, it has to be. Just a little bit of radial in. And a little bit of prograde. No, it's not prograde. Whew, that's normal. It's not normal that you want to keep clicking normal like that. See, that doesn't make sense to me. Unless I'm confusing the markers. The slower you move the mouse wheel, the finer the movement. That's annoying. So what is that separation? That doesn't seem to be doing any good whatsoever. I did it again. Now I don't remember where it was. Let's just cancel this one. Try that again. Try some radial in. A little bit of prograde. It can't be that I need radial out and retrograde, could it? It seems like that's even farther. Yeah, that's even farther. And okay, that's a little better. So I might be on the right track, but you don't want too much of a good thing either. 160, so that made it worse. And we're approaching 164. Alright, let's line up. We've got a minute to get to the burn. Whew. You know, you keep saying things like, I can use lemons to burn your house down. You'll never get elected. Estimated burn 1 second. Wow. And we're aligned. Kind of curious which way we're pointed. So we're pointed away from Kerbal. So it looks like we're pointed this direction. So yeah, that would be kind of prograde and well, that'd be kind of radial out, wouldn't it? Is that what I did? I don't know. All right, we're coming up on it. Okay, let's get rid of that. It's a little distressing because I'm pretty sure those are supposed to line up better. So is that like the best I can hope for? That can't be right. 183. Well, and now it's gone. versus 166, which is, I think, where we were. $168. So see, that's not it. Oh, what was that? See, that doesn't seem right, because that makes the orbital intersect in the wrong position. Oh. Apparently. Hunslinger, yeah. At least you didn't go with Tart. That could have been ugly. Ooh, that maneuver will take us closer. No, I do want that. That looks like it's farther apart. That is farther apart. Oh, well, I don't know. I had the idea of just moving the burn farther along the orbit. So, is this where we would be? And this is where the target would be? Well, if we just wait an hour, we'll find out, won't we? Goodness gracious. So let's do it the other way. Trial and error. And 191. Damn it. Damn it, Jim. A doctor, not a navigator. That looks close. 41 kilometers. How long till the burn? 1 minute. Alright, let's line it up. Whew. Basie plays. What does Basie play? .34 seconds for a 13-second burn, so we probably want to go full burn. And then so let's see, I think I'll start at 8. And then I can throttle down. Oh, too far. That's okay. I think we'll be okay. Ah, look at that separation. That's too much separation. I've got to fix it. 69 kilometers, way too far off. Saris, guys. Alright, so what's been working is radial out with a retro. That looks pretty close. 25 kilometers. Let's give it a little bit more out, a little more back. 23. 17. Well, Private Pile, it seems we found something you're good at. I wouldn't go that far. Let's see, 16. Let's just go with that for now. 2 minutes till burn. Align to target. That is going to be a very small burn. Goodness. What's Basie up to? Seems like everyone that's watching knows this game much better than I do. Which is fine with me. I don't mind having 7 or 8 driving instructors. Gene looks bored. Is this guy ever gonna get it right? Two minutes to burn. Oh, the baby's pretending to be sad in the hallway. One minute. I could probably execute it now and it wouldn't make that much of a difference. And so on until your final intercept separation is less than 100 kilometers. It already is, isn't it? Come on, Gene, cut me some slack. Yeah, but you're the actual rocket scientist. You probably laugh every time I use the word vector. Well, sometimes it's enough to watch other people fail. "35 seconds. Broken fingers, it sounds like no fun at all. Luckily, there aren't too many nerve endings in the fingers. I am a big fan of irony as a form of entertainment. And we're probably past our window. Alright, and now we are going to have a separation of 16 kilometers. Should we try to make it tighter? After watching me screw that other thing up yesterday, I think we should. So let's add a maneuver about here. And let's try another out. That's too much, I'm sure, because we need to make a small adjustment. And a little bit of retro. See what that does for us. 33, so that's not cool. 47, also not cool. 58? What the heck is going on here? It's a conspiracy, I tell you. That is 22. So not as good as our current, I don't think. If we get rid of this maneuver, our target is 16.6. All we have to do is coast. I'm tempted to just do that, but I think we can do a little better. That is sad, unfortunate. It just, language just feels like feeble attempts. I am empathetic, but I don't really have the poetry to express it. .4. $18. So maybe we need to do it the other way. $15. Okay, that's a little better. 15.2, 15.4, 15.2, 14, 13.4. Should I be able to just right click on that? 13.2, 13, 12.7. And it's gone. 12.7. Goodness. Let's orient maneuver. I hope not. How embarrassing. Maybe that's what it would take for each of us to recognize our own faults enough, and those of others, to appreciate them for what they are, rather than the image of what we wish them to be. What is that? Everyone you know, everyone you love. What you know and love is not what is, but what you perceive. Therefore, you have an idea of what they are, and it's that which you have your feelings about. And then every now and then you get a little informational correction, and so you either reject the information or adjust the model. Futile. I like Jerry Ryan talking about questions she had for the writers about character development, and they're like, no, no, no. And then later on, like, you know what you should do? You should do that thing, which is exactly what she said before, and they poo-pooed her. I'm wondering, let's see, we've got our final intercept separation is less. I must have missed something. We will not proceed until the intercept is within tolerances needed for this tutorial. If you don't get in after one maneuver, plot and execute another one a bit further ahead, and so on until your final intercept separation is less than 100 kilometers. Which it is. It's 16 kilometers, right? 14 now, after this burn. 12 kilometers. in 20 seconds. Alright, we're already oriented. Gonna do a throttle up instead of a full burn since it's only estimated at 1 second. Oh, no. Alright, that better be close enough. And, oops. Yeah, 12.9, that's going to be pretty close. So I think we're just going to warp ahead here. Well, let's see. Yeah, there was Harry the Goody Two-Shoes. There was Paris, the rebel without a clue, with the daddy issues. Oh, he actually reminds me a lot of John McCain, except, we see John McCain now instead of back when he was flying planes and catching aircraft carriers on fire. Warp here. Oh, it's a big warp. Warpy dorp. Okay. It's still pretty far. Its velocity is 1308. Our velocity is 568. Wow. So we'll have some catching up to do. I didn't think they were huge. I thought they were very efficient. Well, what do we want to do now? Go for pizza? It's saying our intersect is 4 minutes away. We've got a huge velocity difference. We change that to target, yeah. And I think we're going to want that target. That target velocity. Tuvok, yeah, because Tuvok is just, he's not Spock, but it's pretty good. Might even be better than Spock, I just don't like him as much. I haven't watched a lot of Voyager. I think I only saw like maybe 8 full episodes, and most of those were in like season 1 and 2. Then I saw bits here and there, but it never really captured my imagination. Oh my god. I am a bad person. I didn't turn the chat monitor on, so all this time we could have had friends on Twitch and Mixer that I've been ignoring. To anyone on Twitch or Mixer, I apologize for being an idiot. It appears that whoever was there, if anyone, they got sick of me. Although, a fallow jet has followed on Mixer. Are you still there? Hope I didn't miss you. No, it looks like no viewers at the moment. Yeah, that's what I do. Alienate people. It's a talent. Alright, what do we got here? When it gets close enough, Well, it's less than 100 kilometers now. So Gene should be telling me something. Gene? Gene? Yeah, I'm pretty sure Gene should be moving on to the next step. At some point, we're going to have to accelerate. But I'm not quite sure. I add a maneuver here and prograde it out. Oops. That'll be 10 kilometers. Relative speed 6 meters. Oh my goodness, that's what I want to do. In T20 minus 27 seconds. That's a big burn though. That is a big burn. I'm glad I thought of that. I think I'm glad I thought of it. I'm probably going to use up all my fuel. Oh, forgot. Yeah, 3-minute burn. I should have started already. Relative velocity is dropping slowly. And I get the feeling that it looks like we have enough fuel. That's dropping pretty fast though. Yeah, I definitely should have started earlier. That idea came a little bit too late. Tuvok, he was in an earlier... He was in one of the Star Trek movies. Can't remember if he was also playing a Vulcan in that or not. But I think the first time I saw him on Star Trek, I recognized him. I don't think we had IMDb back then. But we did have Google. Oh, we're using a lot of fuel. Thanks, Gene. Let's read that. Good job. You're now on an orbit similar to, but lower than, the asteroids. Keep it target. Is that what we were supposed to do? Because I could have made my intercept pretty much where it's going to be now, and I think that would have worked out better. Starship Mine. I've seen every TNG probably twice. He was a different character. Okay, which episode was Starship Mine? Let's see. Lower, similar, experiment with your maneuver nodes until you have a closest approach distance of less than 10 kilometers, then execute the burn and wait for that encounter. This step is actually optional. Just keep in mind that the closer your orbit takes you, the less fuel you'll have to use. If you do it right the first time, yeah. Anyway, when you're done, click Next. Alright, we're still burning, right? Our relative velocity is dropping. But one problem we're going to have is we're going to have to catch up to it. So we'll have to be going a little faster than it. Yeah, we're going to meet way over there. Enterprise was getting some sort of particle sweep, and that all the crew had to be off the ship for the sweep or it would kill them. That sounds like a ruse. Get everyone off the ship and then we can just take it over. Oh, I'm getting close to my end of burn. I think I overshot it a little bit. Alright, let's see what happens. We're going to intersect up there, so let's... Well, maybe we can plan another maneuver here and see if we can just nail it. Who doesn't like adding maneuvers? I know that there's got to be somebody. So it looks like we need... So we're going faster than it now, right? Are we catching up? Yeah, we have to be catching up. So, So I think we want a little bit of radial out. Fine tune. A little bit of retro. I can't see what's going on up ahead. Oh, Jesus, just no. I ruined it! That's making it worse. Maybe I gave it too much retro. Alright, I'm just going to scrap this one. Oh, there's a saying in Hollywood, everybody does Star Trek. Oh wow, we'll meet over there? That's not cool. And that's not going to work. How's that? That's too far apart. It's still too far apart. Our current course should take us closer, and our biggest problem will be... Oh yeah. And our biggest problem will be our speed, I think. Distance is increasing. Wing it. Gonna wing it. .7 meters per second, difference in speed. Why is that increasing? If our distance is increasing, then I should be able to go prograde and accelerate. Well, I guess that is moving a lot. That is the target. Okay, so I guess the camera was jacked up there. But still, alright, let's do some burning. 6.54. Oh. That doesn't make sense to me. But are we still... Alright, we're closing distance. Right? Yeah, at about 3 meters per second. And at 60,000 meters, that's roughly too long. Can I warp to here? Actually, we're practically there already. Let's try a warp to here. See what's going to happen. Alright, 6 point... Wow, we made up 3 kilometers. This is confusing. See, I thought I knew what prograde and retrograde were. But if I go to prograde... That's our vector? Not a lot of difference there. Nope. Alright, so if we go back to stability assist, so we should be closing at roughly 8 meters per second, which is going to take forever at 57 kilometers. I thought I had a good idea, and suddenly it doesn't seem like a good idea anymore. I can't think of who Paris was either, but... I don't know. When the walls fell. Keeping in mind that we got to slow down again once we get there, and if the orbit overlaps too much. Alright, let's just come up to here. I don't know how much food and water we brought, but I know we only brought so much fuel. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of fuel. So we're actually pretty close now, right? 11 kilometers. Just move up here. Shaka, when the walls fell. Right, and now we are almost 10 kilometers. I had something resembling patience. Alright, so we're less than 10 kilometers. What's our estimated separation here? Actually closer now. So it seems like the thing to do would be retrograde to try to match speed and then aim at the target. Am I wrong in thinking that? Or maybe just aim at the target now and then correct with the retro once we get inside 5 kilometers? Help me out, Gene. Or are we just actually supposed to go to the next tutorial? T-ray on the ocean. T-ray at Tanagra. Use up all the fuel. Again. Hey, Foxtrot Delta. What's going on? Welcome to What Am I Doing in Space? Da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da. Yeah. Oh, yeah, there's also the fuel indicator. 5.7, 5.6. We are slowly closing in on it. Emphasis on slowly. Don't you know? And even at our intersect, it's going to have us at 3.3 kilometers. Oh, I almost forgot what we were talking about before. His sails furled. No, no, no! Cool the engines! Okay, now... Oh, I went too far. So, go to a retro burn. We'll try to get our I should have clued into that a little bit faster. As long as that's dropping, and the rate seems to be fairly steady. The rate is decreasing. Ooh, we seem to have matched speed. I'm going to see what Gene has to say when I click next. And this is where speed and efficiency are key. Wait until you're about 5 minutes away from your encounter. Click the velocity meter on your nav ball until the until it is in target mode, and so displays your relative velocity to your target. You're moving at roughly the same speed, but even a small difference will cause you to drift apart. Turn the ship target retrograde and use your boosters or RCS thrusters to lower your velocity to 0.0 meters per second. That means that relative to the asteroid, you are no longer moving. Note that after such a long wait, your batteries could be depleted and your ship unresponsive. And batteries look good. It's just the fuel that is pretty low. Let's see. Not a problem. Just get out of map view and deploy your solar panels to start charging the batteries. Hey, I like that. And supplying power to the ship. And if you do leave the map screen, you can probably get a visual sighting of the target asteroid by this time in the approach. Okay, so how do I... I'm not in map mode. That's the decoupler, right? Toggle gear action group, that's the landing gear, right? Light action group. Brakes. Well, let's see what Gene has to say next. Okay, so now you're not moving, and you're so close to the asteroid you can almost touch it. But, let's see, what you have to do now is aim yourself towards the asteroid by pointing at the pink round icon on your nav ball. Since it points towards the target's location, run a little to get closer and turn yourself retrograde to kill your speed again. For small adjustments, you can also use RCS translation. Let's see. Yeah, that would be so much easier if you could tell which way was up on the ship. Repeat these steps as needed. And here we are at the target. All that's left to do is grab that rock, but we'll leave that for next time since your head is probably about to explode with new information already. A lot of this is overlap from the docking, but it's still interesting and good practice. So for now, just suffice it to say that you achieved quite a feat. Goodbye for now. But Gene! I wants to get closer. I can almost touch it. If I rotate the ship, will that affect the nav ball? Oh, so... Whoa. So now if I hit, let's say A, it should yaw left, or yaw to port, right? That didn't work. Okay, that didn't work. Which way did it go? It went down. So if I rotate 90 degrees, boop, 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 boop. Whew. And now if I yaw with A, okay, that seems to do the trick. Alright, so, wow, so dark. Turn the lights on. There's no lights. Who built this thing? No lights on the spaceship. Jebediah seems bored. We need to put him in danger. So, we can, if we take SAS off, turn a little bit to port, and then reestablish SAS. And then do a small burn. One meter per second, that seems slow, but I really don't want to go fast, do I? How long at 1 meter per second would it take 3,000 seconds? Is that right? So that would be 50 minutes? If my math is not completely laughable. We should probably just get to the next tutorial or we'll be up all night. Even at 5 meters per second, that's going to take a while. See, that'd be 20 seconds per 100. So 200 seconds per 1,000 times 3, 600 seconds. Is that 5 minutes? No, that's not 5 minutes. Yes, no, that's 10 minutes. That's 10 minutes. So at times 10, that would be 1 minute. I don't even know what this one is. Oh, that's times 10. That's times 5. Do we want to go to the next one? Times 50? I'm going to regret it. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Alright, now we need to burn retro, right? Let's see if we can match speed. How about Space 1999, huh? Eagle 1 decelerating. Man, that show was bad. I still liked it though. I didn't know it was bad at the time. But watching it now, what a stinker. Alright, orient target. Change to RCS thrusters, I assume. Tempted to just crash into it. That'll teach it. We have to save Kerbal! Or we can, let's see, is I forward thrust? Nope. That's the main engines. Darn it! That was way too much. And we're not going fast enough to have a retro. I can go anti-target though, since I... the stories in the science, they clearly did not have a science advisor that knew anything. But, you know, as just flights of fancy, you know, the stories were fine. But if you try to take them apart, which I am cursed with that, naysaying and fact-checking, yeah, they don't hold up. I think the last one I watched was, it was the one where the plants were the dominant life form, and at some point they had evolved, in their history, they had evolved enough consciousness and mobility that the plants decided to kill off all the animals. And so when our crew comes to investigate this planet and they start eating the berries, and plants are like, "Oh, my babies!" It's quite ridiculous, and at the same time, an interesting flight of fancy. Yeah, that show's a little bit hard to defend on science fact. It's science fantasy. Probably would be the best description for it. But again, I still like it. Oh, and the ships. Oh, the ships were just... They really were engaging the imagination. I had a neighbor kid who had one of the Eagles. I'm so jealous. So jealous. But I don't even know what was that. That was like less than 10 for sure. It was probably like 8. Doop 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 doop. $54 points. Oh, we're increasing distance now. I want to say it was broccoli, but I really don't remember. Oh, I'm anti-target. I need to be target. Oh, that's pretty cool. And people look at that and say, "I don't remember that being part of the space program." Well, that's good, because there'd be something wrong with your brain if you remember that. Didn't we already do this part? Should we just get on with the next tutorial? I probably should. Whoa, 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 whoa. Actually, we can go retro. We don't have a lot of time to do it. Ooh, so close. Well, there's the big rock, everybody. And we could definitely RCS our way over there. Oh, my stability, yeah. Actually, I need that. I just need to be on stability instead of... What's happening? Why am I not turning? Is it because this thing's so huge? I don't know what's happening. Okay, we've got RCS on. use up all our monopropellant. That should be enough time to stabilize. That was not enough time to stabilize. Whoa! Tumbling. Let's just orient target now. Uh-oh, we've got a relative velocity. And it's getting farther away. So, that's not it. That's not it. It's it. Is it M and N? No, it's not M. I forgot what the opposite of N is for this. I need to know. Where's N? Alright. Translate backward, translate forward. So it's H. What the H? Alright. Just for the sake of practice. I lost the rock. Call the ball. Alright, let's see if we can blow up the asteroid, and then we'll go on to the next step. Say goodbye, Jebediah. Oh, we nudged it. We nudged it. Okay. Oh, I didn't realize we were a giant pool cue. He didn't even get bruised. All right, let's move on to the next one. It's pretty late, actually. No, it's not that late. It felt later than it is, but probably gonna have to cut this one off midpoint so I can give up the room and share it with the family. Whew. All right. In this part, we will look at how to actually catch an asteroid and decide what to do with it. Yeah, I'm a little fuzzy on what we're going to do with it. Mr. Peterson, ramming speed if you please. Well, pilot, I can't remember what his first officer's name was in 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Well, pilot, you caught up to the... And I don't know how to put the solar panels out. I'll look it up later. Let's see. Well, pilot, you caught up to the target asteroid, but don't pat yourself... Let's do that, because I don't want it to get away while we're chatting or whatever, distracting ourselves. Don't pat yourself on the back yet. You're not even close to done. How about we catch this rock? Right-click on the claw, the grasping device, a white dome on the top of your ship, and arm it from the Parts Action menu. Is this the claw? Advanced Grabbing Unit. It's not called the claw. Armed. Oh yes, it's very menacing. Let's see. Arm it from the Parts Action menu. But I'm assuming that's the Parts Action menu. This modern marvel of technology will grab onto anything that it touches. The boys at the lab had an intern hanging from there a whole day. Thing didn't even budge. You know, my imagination is just going down the wrong alley with that one. The equipment has limits though, so don't expect to catch any asteroids by ramming it into them at full speed. Okay, Donald Trump quote. It would be like stepping on a soda can, but one that's worth a lot of taxpayer money. The grappling device, and that's why we're going to handle the claw with care. Now with your grappled armed, target the asteroid, if you haven't already, and slowly and carefully use your RCS thrusters to move towards the asteroid. Once close enough, If the angle of the surface is not overly steep, the mechanism will activate on its own and grab this load of valuable and amazing minerals for us. Be patient. This will take some time. But if you rush it and miss, you will make matters worse. If you fail to activate the grapple on your first try, you do have enough RCS propellant to back away and try again. Alright, thanks Gene. I wish we could kind of minimize Gene. Alright, click anywhere, right click anywhere. Oh, we need to, that's our, okay, it's already targeted. Alright, I guess we don't have a choice in the matter. Target. Welcome to Target. And the RCS thruster H, right? At this distance, we should probably just use the regular thruster. Let's see, RCS thrusters on. Yeah, screw that. We're going to do a real burn. Let's see, 300 meters would be 300 seconds, 5 minutes. We'll get to about what happened there? Oh, it doesn't want to turn while you're in warp. Coming up on 100. Leaving warp. And let's get... Ooh, that's not going to take much at all, is it? Alright, switch back to RCS thrusters. Rotate. Attitude towards target. We'll use H to take us in a little bit. Okay, this is going to take forever too. So, what happens to impatient astronauts? I said lunch, not launch! And then we're going to do N for the retro. Probably, our speed is probably good enough that we could just grapple it the way it is. Oriented to target. Oh, come on. He didn't say how fast is too fast. This is going to be easy. After docking yesterday, it's going to be so easy. Alright, 10 meters. Look at Jebediah. Woohoo! Can you even see him the way I have this thing set up? Yeah, I'm covering him up. Shame on me. I wish I had known that. Jebediah is the real star of this show. He's still pretty happy. Alright, there you go. Now we've grabbed onto the asteroid. You can pretty much call it yours now. But to make things more official, you should rename it. Right-click it and choose Rename Asteroid to do so. There's something important when it comes to moving asteroids efficiently. If you think the way you're grabbing the asteroid doesn't matter, I'd ask you to get up, grab a bag of groceries, and carry it around with your arm at full outstretched at 90-degree angle from your body. Then do the same, carrying the bag close to you as you normally would, and tell me if it took the same effort. Right-click on the asteroid again and choose Target Center of Mass to help align things in the next step. Alright, first we're going to name it. Let's see if he figures that out. Oh, it didn't. There we go. Alright, so right-click it again and Target Center of Mass. I'm not sure what that did. What is the mass on that? 10.45 tons. So it's rather hefty. Let's see. So next step. Your grapple and thrust of the ship must obey the same principles. That's why we have a pivot to modify your connection angle and to make aligning to your center of mass a complete breeze. I think I nailed it pretty square, but maybe a little bit far down. Let's see. Right-click on the grapple and choose Free Pivot. The grapple itself will remain connected to the asteroid, but you will be able to independently move your ship and realign it. That might come in handy. What you're trying to set up here is aiming the nose of the ship so that it points at the asteroid's center of mass. Oh, if you can do that, the asteroid will not wobble around or try to drag your ship to the side while the engine is firing. Obviously, that will make it easier for your ship to push the asteroid while where you want it to go. Go ahead and adjust yourself until you have a better alignment, and then lock the pivot again. Alright, how will I know? Free pivot. Alright, and then what do we want to do? So we've already targeted the center of mass. Okay, I'm just wasting monopropellant. Let's see what he says next. Yeah, this is actually pretty easy compared to all the other stuff so far. Just got it. Alright, oh, well. I missed something there. I hit next and he says, alright. Now you're all set to start redirecting. I don't think I locked it back yet. So I was pretty close to already pointed at the center of mass. Let's see, now you're all set to start redirecting the asteroid, whether you want to use it to study materials, make it a mass destruction weapon by dropping it on a world, or create a rocky space station, like some pesky mutant. You're going to have to move your pet rock. Ooh. How much fuel do we have? In the previous episode, we started with a lot less, but that's about how much we had. I wonder if that's a coincidence. Let's see. Well, you could start setting up maneuvering nodes and burning in order to move that heavy load of yours right now. It would come at a great fuel cost, so it's better to plan a more efficient approach. Open your map, set Kerbal as your target, and find the point where Kerbal's orbit is closest to yours. Then set up a maneuver node opposite to that on the far side of your orbital path, this is when you will be at your lowest velocity, making it that much easier to adjust your orbit. I am missing something there. Open your map. Set Kerbin as your target and find the point. Well, let's keep that there. And find the point where Kerbin's orbit is closest to yours. Okay. Then set up a maneuver node opposite to that on the far side of your orbital path. This is when you will be at your lowest velocity, making it that much easier to adjust your orbit. I'm going to read that one more time. Open your map. Set Kerbin as your target. Is that Kerbin? I believe it is. Wow, we are on a huge... Well, why won't it, doesn't want to target it? If I right click it, if I click it, click, clickety, click. Well, he said Kerbin. I believe he meant it. Let's try it this way. Or maybe he... No, he said set Kerbin as your target. So how do you... See, I can set the moon, or the mun, as the target. But not Kerbin. Maybe I need to click next. That doesn't make sense, though. Well, let's see. Find the point where Kerbin's orbit is closest to yours. That's here. And set up a maneuver node opposite to that on the far side of your orbital path. This is where you will be at your lowest velocity, making it that much easier to adjust your orbit. So... wouldn't that just be my apoapsis? Or do I need to zoom out more so that I can see Kerbin's? There's Kerbin's orbital path. Still won't let me select Kerbin. Find the point where Kerbin's orbit is closest to yours. Well, Kerbin's orbit overlaps mine here and here, so that's 2 points. I am misunderstanding something. And then set your maneuver node opposite to that, which would still be pretty much the apoapsis. But it's already telling me next. Well, let's see what next is. That flight plan looks okay. Make a flight plan. But it seems like you will have to wait for a long time, so I'll leave it to you. My last advice about this is to use all of your piloting skills when actually executing the burn. Sometimes it's hard to keep your ship steady when it weighs tens of tons, and also patience. I know this is a long mission, but you must endure or use time warp, whatever suits you best. I think it's going to be time warp. That's all for my part. See you on Kerbin. So, I've got a rock, and I need to move it. It seems I need to move it, but to where, I don't know. But it also seems like no matter how we interpret, and we can't make Kerbin the target for some reason. I can't even see Kerbin from this angle, or from this distance. Let's see, where's the sun? Is that it? Oh, there it is. So... Alright, so if we line it up like this, the sun should be at our back. But it looks like the sun is in that direction. So... Right. So then we will just look at the brightest side of the rock, and then there's Kerbin. Can we target it? We still can't target it! We still can't target it! Why can't we target it? That's frustrating. More than a little. Alright. Well, we know that I'm trying to figure out if he meant something other than the apoapsis, because the apoapsis would be our slowest velocity in our orbit. That doesn't quite make sense to me. Alright, Kerbin is heading this way. So, it's not possible to target Kerbin, but it's necessary. What does this do? Psi test, cupola module. Well, we don't really have a destination for the rock. I think we probably just need to move on to scenarios. Well, that's the other thing. If we... That should cause our orbit to intersect. Oh no, that gets us to orbit that moon. And that should get us to just about crash into the planet. Yeah, periapsis disappeared. Ah. So that's a 23-second burn. And we're floating, and we're floating. Oh wow, we are still 5 hours from the maneuver. I thought I got us pretty close. Doop 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 boop 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 boop. With a 10-ton meteor? I think it would take more than that, wouldn't it? Come on and zoom, zoom. We're still zooming? We're still zooming. And 15 minutes away. Are we too close to... Let's see, 23 seconds. One minute. Oh, I hit the wrong thing. There we go. 17 seconds, and let's burn. Nope. A little too far. Okay. That's probably about as close as we're going to get. Alright, and then we can zoom a bunch. And then a bunch more. Wow, even at that speed, it's... Write it in, Jebediah. No, this still says we're 172 kilometers away. Psi test crashed into Kerbal. Jebediah Kerman was killed. See? Didn't even make the papers. Well, it is getting late. Let's take a look at what the first scenario is. Well, what is start new? Is it just that you've got sandbox, science, and career? So I'm not sure what career is. I'm not sure what science is either. Let's see. In career mode, you have to manage all aspects of your space program. Funds, reputation, and science are all active, and contracts are available at Mission Control. Science. In science mode, you must gather scientific data to research new technologies. Funds and reputation are disabled. And contracts are not available. Previously, classic career. And then sandbox is just do your thing, baby. I'm assuming. In sandbox mode, all parts and features are available from the start. You are free to play without constraints, but R&D and mission control are unavailable. So, I don't know. I think we'll want to do career, but I think before we do that, I think we want to try some scenarios. Whew. I need more practice on my lunar landings. Yeah, they don't understand how hard it is out in space. Asteroid redirected mission, orbital rendezvous. So that sounds familiar. Ready to capture Dynawing final approach. Oh, that's landing an airplane. I think in this game that's pretty hard. Let's see. Asteroid redirect mission created with the collaboration of NASA features asteroids orbiting close to Kerbal, as well as new tools that will allow you to actually capture one, redirect its orbit, and perform new science research on it. In this scenario, Retriever A1 spacecraft is on a course to rendezvous with an orbiting asteroid. You're tasked with performing the rendezvous burn. That's fun. That's fun. It's a weird kind of fun, but it's fun. Then catch up to the asteroid as you approach the intersection of both orbits. Okay, yeah. I mean, we can do that. We basically just did it, but it will probably take over an hour. I imagine. Let's take a peek. We're not going to do this mission right now, but I do want to take a look at it. Oh wow, we don't get any direction from mission control. We still have SAS. Is our target targeted? We've got a burn coming up, which should take us here to here. So what we need to rendezvous with is out here or here. Alright, so we need to change this. That looks wrong. That won't work. So that gets us close to this intersect, but I'm not sure why we have target position at intersect 1. Intersect 1. Oh, okay. Oh, geez. So we'll probably have to do an extra orbit, maybe? No, it's probably going too fast for that. Probably just have to tweak the heck out of this maneuver. Well, that's something we can look forward to tomorrow. It's weird not having Jean here to step-by-step me. Do we have something that reviews the mission? What is this toggle time mode? It's probably better for what we're going to do. Okay, so we have the mission. That's about the vessel. I still don't know how to put my solar panels out. I'll have to look that up too, I guess. And we don't have mission review. Saw a picture of a communications network on Twitter, but I had no idea what I was looking at other than it was a lot of pretty lines. Bill, do you know what we're supposed to do next? What is this? This looks like a remove slot, so that takes the pilot out? What is the interior overlay? Maybe if we can't view? I don't know what's going on here. I thought we could go in the cockpit. Definitely don't want to EVA. We will eventually, but not for now. Alright. I think we're going to wrap it up. See, there's this. Oh, you probably have to click on it on the outside. Retract. That's what you have to do. Just like with the claw. Okay. I feel better. So much better. At least I know what to do with the solar panels now. Or how to retract and unfurl. Easy, Bill. Nothing's happening. It's quite a view, though. So, that will be tomorrow. Figure out how to change our intersection. So is it going the other direction? Oh, I just jacked that up. And I ruined everything. And we don't have our target anymore. Oh, there's our target. So it's still our target. Oh goodness. I keep wanting to click on the normal and anti-normal, but they're just not going to do me any good. Closer. Closer. Alright, I'll mess with that tomorrow. Glad you guys were here. Made it a lot easier. And it's definitely more fun when you're here. So, I think we're going to wrap it up. Thanks for watching. Look forward to seeing you again. I'll leave the stream running for a couple minutes in case anyone wants to add comments. I'll check back on that before I actually shut it down completely. And hope to see you again tomorrow.